Yeah, online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Could you please confirm? Okay, done. So let's start the session. In today's class, we are going to discuss the next topic called as Tableau. So in the previous class, we have completed within the Excel. So if you remember, within the Excel, we have discussed. So just as a small recap, whatever we have completed within the Excel. So within the Excel, we have seen the basic parts like formatting, how to format the data, conditional formatting, filtering, sorting the data. And after that, we have seen in terms of functions, what are the different types of functions related to numerical data and text data and date related data, and what is meant by calculated columns and what is meant by measures. And we have seen some functions which are used for log, square root, exponential, power, like text functions like upper, lower, proper, concat, left, right, mid, length. So like this, we have discussed the multiple functions along with the if condition. Based on the if condition, selecting the data. And with respect to count if, sum if, average if, lookups. And finally, in the lookups, we have discussed with respect to VLOOKUP and along with that XLOOKUP. Next function we have discussed is XLOOKUP, and followed by we have discussed in terms of pivot tables. So these are the things which we have covered within the Excel. And using these functions, what are the different types of functions we have discussed, and using the pivot tables and everything. Majorly in the pivot tables, we are going to get the aggregation data. So they are going to ask you the interview question, how you are going to aggregate. Aggregation means you are going to group the data, and from the group you are going to calculate the measure. Okay, that is called as aggregation. And using the pivot tables, how to create the Excel dashboards. So within the Excel, we have seen the various plots. What are the various plots are available? So whether the plots, what are the plots are available? Here also it is called as column chart. We are having bar chart, pie chart, line chart, scatter chart. Okay, same. Whatever the charts we have discussed in the Power BI, in the Python, the same charts, same importance, same variables, same combinations, no difference. Everything is same, right? And along with that, how to create the Excel dashboard. In the last class, we have seen with respect to how to create one Excel dashboard for the given project. And what is the difference between the Excel versus Power BI? Okay, dashboard. What are the dashboard was created? Now in today's class, we are moving on to the next project called as, next topic is called as Tableau. This is the last one. Okay, in our course, this is the last one. Basically, one more time. So if you go through the data analytics project, what are the steps involved in any data analytics project? The entire life cycle. Okay, first you are going to understand the business problem, and you are going to create a analytical report. So for that, what are the different data sets we have practiced till now? Means one data set related to Python, we have taken the tips data set and we have worked on that. Second, hackathon project, one more data set which we have practiced is students performance. There also it is a report only, analytical report. What are the list of observations you have made? Whether it is a tips data set, in that total bill amount calculation means in the students performance data, exam score we have taken, and with respect to every column to exam score, what is the relation. And from there we have moved on to the next one called as, within the Python was completed Power BI. In the Power BI, we have selected two data sets. One data set is related to HR and one data set is related to Superstore. And there also we have done for both of them in terms of how to create the analytical report, means applying the logical questions. So here what is meant by analytical report means, don't no need to think what is meant by analytical report. Analytical report means logical questions. What are the questions you are creating in your mind, and for that what are the plot you are going to create, that is only called as analysis. In that, important things you are going to keep there only, other important things you are going to remove. Important things you will keep there. Not important means you are going to remove. That's it. Just it is a, what are the questions in your mind, and for that what are the plots are there. creating the multiple plots. For one question, one plot. Either plot will come or table will come. Whether it is in the pandas also, either group by if you apply or cross tab if you apply, you will get a table. Either in the Power BI also, you will get the table, like in terms of matrix. Okay. So here we are having in terms of data like this. Okay. So we are having the data, and now just analytical report. We are going to have the analytical report. That is nothing but what are the observations or what are the things we have observed. We are going to present that one. So whether you do in the Python, whether you do in the Power BI, whether you do in the Excel, what is the first step is business problem along with the data. By observing the data along with the business problem, we will get a conclusion. By seeing the business problem itself, we may not get sometimes. First, we'll read the business problem. What are the sentence was given? What are the paragraph they have given? First, we'll read that. After reading that one, we'll also load the data set and we'll observe the column names. By observing the column names along with the business problem, by reading both of them simultaneously, we'll get a complete clarity of what we have to do. Okay. So we are going to understand the business problem or project statement and what is exactly the requirement. Most probably it is going to be the analytical report. Always data analytics project means analytical report will be there. Okay. So what are the observations you are having? And from there you are going to do the data understanding. In the data understanding stage, what is data understanding means? Within the data understanding stage, step 2 is nothing but data understanding. So in the data understanding, so everything data understanding where you are going to collect the data from the data source. Here the data source, I have shown you the SQL and mostly the data you have collected from the Google Drive. Your data source is Google Drive and where you have downloaded the data from the Google Drive and you are going to load the data and you are going to explore the data. First you are going to observe the column names and you are going to understand each and every column name. And if the column name is very clear to you and if the column name is as per the syntax, okay, otherwise you are going to rename. You know how to rename in the Power BI, you know how to rename in the Python, you know how to rename in the Excel, wherever it is. These are the different tools. Okay, you are going to check the shape and data types, info and unique values, and you are going to make a list of your in terms of by observing the unique values of each column, we will conclude whether it is a continuous variable or whether it is a discrete count variable. First, you click on the df of a column dot unique. You will get the output. If the output is text, it is considered as categorical. If the output is numbers, that number individual value is making sense or a interval is making the sense. Interval is making sense means continuous. Individual value making the sense means count variable. Like that, for each and every column, first observe the unique values. After observing the unique values, then you conclude based on the column name, based on the unique values. It is a combination. Exclusively based on the unique values. Okay, decimal is not there, so it is count variable. Decimal is there, it is a continuous variable. We should not fix like this. Column name along with the unique values. A combination of both of them you are going to combine and you are going to identify whether it is a which type of variable and you are going to separate. And after separating, you are going to apply the descriptive statistics on the continuous variables by applying the describe function like mean, median, minimum value, maximum value, standard deviation, Q1, Q2, Q3, and along with the histogram, KD plots, skewness values. You are going to observe these are the things on the continuous variables. For discrete variables, you are going to check the number of unique values and what is the mode. For continuous variables different, for discrete variables different. Already you have separated here continuous variables now. Just you have to take the df of continuous variables, list of continuous variables, and just simply apply the describe function. If it is Python, if it is Power BI, you are going to observe the same way different values. Individually you are going to observe the different values. See, some things will be easy in the Python, some things will be easy in the Power BI. If everything is easy in the Power BI, none of the person will use the Python. If everything is easy in the Python, none of the person will go with the Power BI. So some advantages will be with the Power BI, some advantages will be with respect to the Python. So every advantage will not be with everything. For example, describe function you can apply on the continuous variable and you can get all the list of values at a time. Can you get the same way in the Power BI? No. Whereas this one, it is possible. So one advantage will be there. And you are going to make a list of note, and from that you are going to do the data cleaning. And after doing the data cleaning, and once you transform the data, and for inference statistics only, you are going to transform the data from skewed data to normal distributed data, only inference statistics. If you are not applying inference statistics, don't convert the skewed data to normal. Your data analytics project doesn't require skewed data, keep as skewed only. Only for inference statistics we required. Why for inference statistics we required is, what is the reason behind that is, because we required the statistical test. Statistical tests are applied only on the normal distributed data. Okay, and followed by data analysis. You are going to apply the various data analysis. So whether you are doing in the Python, whether you do in the Power BI, whether you do in the Excel, you have to apply the questions based on the business problem. By seeing the business problem, you have to get the first question. See, when you see the business problem, you may not get the list of questions at a time. What are the list of questions are there? All the questions you may not get at a time in your mind. First, initially you will get some questions. In your mind, you will get some questions. Later, you will get additional questions. Later, you will get additional questions. Like that, you are going to get. This data analytics project will not be completed everything in the one day. Remember this point. Even in the company or outside or inside or wherever it is, just for practice purpose, as a student level, when we are practicing only, the projects will be completed in 1 day or 2 days. But in the reality, the projects will not be completed in 1 or 2 days. In the practice, why it will be completed in 1 or 2 days? Because here we are going to apply some less number of questions is one point, and the size of the data set is also small. And in the company, it is going to take large. Now, sir, now in the company, what are the data you are going to get? So in a company, what would be the time frame for, generally the time frame for first 2-3 steps, 1-2-3 steps, that is data understanding, data exploration, and business problem understanding and data cleaning. It will take 4 weeks of time. Data cleaning is the most crucial stage of data analytics. So generally we are going to get more worst to worst data. Multiple mistakes will be there. And that too, we have to, any missing values are there, generally we will not read the missing values. Here we are treating the missing values, replacing statistically, or we are dropping them. But in the company, for example, if you receive any data like this, okay, for example, this is the same data set which I have received in the company. And for this data set, when I have received in the company, and for example, this value is missing. Now, in this entire data, one of the column will be the primary key. Which column is the primary key? That column cannot have the duplicates. That is the column which cannot have the duplicates. Now it is possible. So for example, here I am having the missing value, here I am having the missing value. I am going to extract, I will separate first what are the list of missing values, which records are having the missing values. In that, which transaction ID is having the missing value. I will send a mail to my backend team that these particular transaction IDs are having the missing values for the expenses. And I will try to collect the original data. So morning, if you send a mail, the backend team has to check that one and whether any data is available or not, and they have to give the reply. Means additionally it will take some time. So this is a coordination between you and with the data engineer team. Sir, backend team, you will say now, who is the backend team? Means for you the backend team is the data engineer team. Data engineer team is your backend team. Who is going to be the next team? Next team is going to be the software development team. From your analysis, next step is going to be, if for example software development is there, or deployment is there, or anything is there, from you that team will be there. For you the backend team is going to be the data engineer team, who has collected the data and who has shared the data to you. That is your backend. Okay, first they have to complete. For example, a client has came to me today and his requirement is business problem, and he is not having even the data. He's not even having the data. He's not having anything. He wants to start a new company related to Flipkart and Amazon. So he also want to sell the products in online. So he's having some products, he's manufacturing, he's having his own manufacturing unit, or he's a distributor. He is collecting from various people from the multiple distributors from different companies, and he's making in terms of some kind of warehouse, and from that he is doing the selling. Like example, DMart will collect the multiple items from different distributors, and they are going to sell. That is offline. Now I have got a new client, and that client wants to sell in the online, and he wants a website, and he wants the product comparison, and he wants with respect to requirement for which product where the lowest price is there. These are the requirements for him. So he's not even having the data, he's not even having the website, only he's having one idea with him. Idea is there, money is there. These are the two things are there with the client, and he has approached me. This is my idea, this is the money which I am having. Okay, how much money he is going to spend for procurement, means for purchasing the items, that is different. For my project, what are the amount he is going to allot? So here data engineering, data is not there, so I have to hire a person who has to collect the entire data from the various websites. So I require a data engineer, and to analyze the data I require a data analyst. After that, to predict for the future data, what would be the price, comparison plots, and from that we want some other person I required. Now he wants to develop a website. For creating the website I required a full stack developer, and like this I require a team. Now full stack developer is there, website he is going to design. Whether he can design the website or not means when I require the website designer, after analyzing the data. For analyzing the data, first what I required, data I required. So who is the first person in this entire project? Data engineer is going to be the first person. This is the order. So this order will be created. What is the step pipeline? What are the step-by-step pipeline? Which team has to work initially, followed by which team, followed by which team, like that the order is there. This order will be decided by the architect. In the company, the project architect will decide that. So he will give the allotment time. Guys, data engineering team, you have to collect the data, and you have to collect all these things, and you have to share the data by within the next 2 weeks. They have to complete that one, because if they don't complete in 2 weeks, it was extended additional 2 days. Then if they complete, only next team can work. If this people doesn't work, how the next team will work? So automatically they are having the pressure to complete the work on time. Whenever there is a delay, only the work pressure will be there. If you are completing your work on time, every work you are completing on time, there will be no work pressure. Whenever you postpone one of the thing, then automatically work pressure starts. Remember this. So always when you are working in the company, don't postpone. At the end, you are only going to suffer, because the reason behind that is everything is fixed. And that too, what are the commitment we have given to the client, we have to fulfill, then only we will get and again second project. For the company, you are important or client is important means client only is important. Because if you leave the company, one more person will come. But if the client leaves the company means a team has to laid off. When there is no project, at least 3 to 4 members has to be removed from the company. Okay, when we are having the projects only. See, in my company, I am having one project. As of now, some projects are going on. Assume something. When there is a requirement, I will hire one person. When that requirement was completed, what is the use of that person with me? I am going to remove now. If the person continues giving the one by one means automatically this person also I require continuously. I have to increase their salary and I have to maintain them only, because they are already familiar with the worker. So they are familiar with the work. Instead of bringing a new person and again training on that person and giving a something on that, instead of that, the existing person only always the company will prefer. At the same time, they'll see the budget. It is a combinations. Everything will not be fixed with one thing. Everything is a combination. Okay, none of the person is going to decide, okay, his salary is more, so I'm going to remove. His salary is less, I'm going to hire. Salary along with the skills and up to the mark his rating. So it depends on multiple parameters. It will not depend on single parameter. Is the points are clear? So in try always to get the original data, To get the original data, we are going to send a mail. What is the mail we are going to send? Means that expenses column are having the missing values with these particular transaction IDs. So using the primary key, what are the transaction ID is there? This column will not be useful for the analysis, but this column will be useful for collecting the data. This column importance, what are the primary key is there? No duplicates will be there. So every record is a unique value. Every record is a unique value. Generally, we'll say that drop that column. Drop that column for data analysis, not for collecting the data or not for doing the data exploration. Till data analysis, don't drop that column. Before to your data analysis, remove that column. Means for collecting the data cleaning purpose, we require that column. Some students, by loading the data set, the starting only, they'll observe the transaction ID. Immediately they'll drop that. No, you should not drop like that. Till the data exploration stage is completed, don't drop that column. No need to explore anything. For this one, you no need to apply any this neither comes under continuous, it neither comes under discrete count, it neither comes under categorical, it neither comes under time series. You ignore this one, but don't drop. Ignore. Keep that one as is, but ignore. Consider this is not there. After your data cleaning, once you collect the data, original data, and once the data cleaning was completed, at the end, you drop this one and balance what are the columns are important. Only that columns you use for your analysis purpose. Starting only, don't drop. Opening only, don't drop. Is the point is clear? Keep that one, but ignore that one. So now don't ask that question. Sir, transaction ID comes under which category? Now in the PPT, you ask it to create a list of continuous variable or count variable. Now transaction ID comes under which category? Don't ask that question. Transaction ID will not be considered now. That is no use. Just ignore. Name of the person, PAN card, Aadhaar card, employee ID, all these things ignore. That will not come under either any of the variable. There will be no use. Generally, why they are going to have? Phone number is there. Sir, phone number comes under continuous variable, discrete count variable. There is no use now. It will comes basically from discrete only. It is a not continuous variable. From starting from here to here, how many phone numbers are there? From here to here, how many students are there? We are not going to consider in that way now. Interval will not make the sense. At the same time, individual value also, if you apply the bar plot, for everything, one record only will be there. There will be no use now. Apply bar plot, there will be no use. If you apply mode also, there will be no use. Mode is also, every record will be the same. So there will be no use. So just you can ignore those kind of columns. Those columns, when you have to drop means before moving to your stage number 4, before entering into this stage, after entering the stage number 3, here you have to drop. Drop the columns. Which are the unimportant columns are there? Here you are going to drop. Is the point is clear? Don't drop before itself. Points are clear, guys? Now, so like this, these are the steps involved, whether in the Python, whether you do in the Power BI dashboard, or whether you do in the Excel. Different companies, different requirements. If you join my company and you are working under me, I want Power BI. Now, if you say that, sir, I don't know Power BI, sir, I know only Excel. In the Excel, I will do for you and I will complete everything also. I will not accept. Because while doing in the Excel, if you ask any questions, I should be able to answer you now. I have to answer to you, miss, first I should know now. So I think in your college, you have done the projects. While doing the projects, your guide will be there. So when you go to the guide and if you say any project, if the project is approved by the guide only, you are going to do that project. If the guide says that don't do this project, means whether you are going to do? No. Why? Because why the guide will say that don't do this project? Do you know what is the reason? Because he is unable to guide you on that. You are doing one specialization on machine learning and you have went to a full stack developer guide, computer science department, another faculty, and that faculty don't know what is machine learning, and you went to that particular person. Sir, I want to do on machine learning. What he'll say? Please do, he'll say. No, na. At the same time, he say that, no, I don't know machine learning. As a student, you are more great than me. He'll say like this. That one also no, na. Right? Whatever he is very familiar, which one he is having more experience, he can guide on that. Is the points are clear? So coming to this, we are going to work today on the next one called as Tableau. The last one within the data analytics tools. Okay, so Tableau. So within the Tableau, so similar kind of, this is also one of the data visualization tool. Similar kind of Power BI, this is also a data visualization tool. So here also in the Power BI, what are the things you have learned? First, you have loaded the data. After that, you are applying the different types of plots. First, I have explained for you the plots. After that, I have explained for you the filters, slicers, and based on that, we have covered with respect to one project. For every plot, first we'll select the plot based on the data. For that, we'll do the formatting. After doing the formatting, what we'll do? For in terms of either applying the filters. So in the Power BI, what are the things we have done in the Power BI, guys? Tell me. Within the Power BI, before moving on to the Tableau. So what are the Power BI notes? So first we have discussed in terms of measures or anything. Okay. And how to select the plots? Which plot has to be selected? It will be decided based on the type of the variable. For continuous variable, one type of plot. For discrete variables, one type of plot. So what you should know before to that? What are the plots? For before moving the plots, what is the first step you should know? What is the order of learning? First, you should know what is meant by variables. Without knowing the variables, you can't understand what is the plots. First, we should know what are the different types of variables. Means nothing but data. What are the different types of data? Continuous, discrete, time series, cross-sectional data, all these things. After that, next, you should know what is statistics, because applications on the plot. Please confirm me now. Now it is clear. Now, could you please confirm me now? Okay. So modification of the plot. Any modification on plot is called as formatting. So we have seen for each of them how to format, means X ticks, X label, Y ticks, Y label, chart title, colors, that one, this one, like this formats. And followed by we have discussed in terms of filters, how to apply the filters by applying the filtering technique, and how to separate the data, and slicers, filters or slicers, right? And from that we have discussed in terms of analysis, different analysis by applying the various questions. If this is the requirement, what I have to do? If this is the requirement, what we have to do? And here we have discussed some formulas. What are the formulas are there? Formulas are functions. What are the different functions? And followed by we have discussed the data cleaning by using the Power Query. Power Query, basically data cleaning is in the Python majorly, but in the Power BI also I have shown you the Power Query. And modeling, data modeling. Basically data modeling will be in the SQL, but even in the Power BI also we have discussed the data modeling, how to connect the tables between the two tables. That is nothing but data modeling means nothing but data connection between the tables. Connection between tables, various tables. What are the tables we are having? Connection between the tables is called as data modeling, right? And the Power Query, where you are going to do the data cleaning. Generally data cleaning will be done in the Python I told you, but even in the Power BI also, how to do the data cleaning also we have discussed separately. Power Query Editor. These are all comes under Power BI dashboard, and this is completely Power Query Editor. And I also have discussed with you the table view in terms of how to view the table and how to select the table, how to separate the data, all these things. Okay. So these are the things which we have covered within the Power BI. So first we should know the data and statistics. This is common. For Tableau, for example, if you join only Power BI course, this is the one which they are going to explain for you. First they will explain for you the data. This I have explained during the starting before itself. And they are going to explain for you the statistics, plots. And once you join in the Power BI course, they are going to explain all these things. Now, if you come into the Tableau course, in the Tableau course, what they'll explain, again, they'll start with the data. What is the data? And they'll explain the statistics. To explain the data and explaining the statistics, again, they are going to take 1 week to 2 weeks of time. And again, to explain the data modeling, again, the basics of SQL, they'll say, because what are the Tableau or Power BI you are working, it is a structured data. Structured data means obviously it has to be stored in the structured database only. For that, SQL only is required. So again, they are going to explain for you the SQL. So explaining the SQL, explaining the statistics, explaining the various types of data, again, they are going to spend on the 3 weeks, first initial 3 weeks, they'll complete this one only for coming to the this. So first 3 weeks, once you join in any Tableau course in the Naresh IT or outside also, if you join, first 3 weeks, what are the first 3 weeks is there? So in the Tableau, the first 3 weeks, again, they are going to explain for you the what is meant by data, and they'll explain for you the statistics, and in terms of statistics along with the data cleaning, how we have to do the data cleaning, what is meant by missing values, what is meant by outliers, what is meant by this one, all these things they are going to explain for you. Text related, text also we have discussed in the strings, dot upper, dot lower, all these things are there. They are going to take 3 weeks of time for this one only, first 3 weeks. And in the 4th week, what are the 4th week is there? In the 4th week, they are going to explain for you in terms of, okay, here, so data, statistics, data cleaning, and SQL basics. They are going to explain for you what are the required SQL basics. So what is meant by connections, what is meant by schema, and what is left join, right join. So they are going to explain the SQL basics and the 2 weeks, 4 and 5. So 4 and 5, they are going to spend like this. In the 6th week, coming to the 6th week, in the 6th week, they'll explain for you the what is the plots, what are the various plots for different types of data, what are the different types of plots are there, what is the difference between stacked and unstacked, what is pie chart, what is donut chart, in which case which one we have to use. For representing count, we have to represent bar. For represent percentage, we have to use the pie. For representing between two continuous variables, we have to use the scatter plot. For representing between one continuous, one discrete, we have to go with the bar plot. For representing two categorical variables, we have to use the stacked or unstacked bar plots, horizontal bar plots. Like this, they are going to explain. So again, they are going to take 1 week of time, this one. And in the last 2 weeks, they'll explain how to do everything in the Tableau. So data analysis in Tableau, they are going to explain in the last 2 weeks. Like this, they'll have the 2 months course for the Tableau. But in our case, already this everything you know, right? Again, I have to explain the basics of SQL and what is meant by schema and how the tables are connected, what is meant by primary key, what is meant by foreign key. No, no. When you are learning the separately the each course, because they don't know, when you are enrolling only for Tableau course, no one will think that you are already familiar with Power BI. No one will think that you are already familiar with SQL. You may freshly join the Tableau course. You may freshly join the Power BI course. So that is the reason they'll take more time. Individually, it will take more time. But when you combine all these things, common parts will be there. That common parts will be separated. Right? Do you remember now how much time it has taken for us to explain the SQL? How much time it has taken for us to explain the statistics, to see all these things? Do you remember that one? Or you are having the videos with you, miss? Just count the number of sessions. You don't understand automatically. So balance in terms of, now since you are familiar with all these things, now Tableau will be completed in just 1 or 2 weeks for us. If you are not familiar with that, I'm going to take more amount of time. Since you are already familiar with that, it is going to be only for less time. Tableau course means this is the basically. Is the point is clear? Now, so coming to this, so within the Tableau, so as I have told you, Tableau is a data visualization tool. So in the data visualization, here also we are going to do the data modeling, connecting the tables, same in the Power BI, whatever you have done, same. That is by one company, Microsoft. This is by Salesforce. These are the two different companies. Sir, why the company people will select this particular Power BI only? Some companies will select the Tableau. Why, sir? Every company can select the same thing. Miss, now tell me the reason why one person will select the Samsung mobile phone, why one person will select the Apple mobile phone. Features are same only, na? Same red button, same green button, na? For calling purpose, same camera, na? Cost also will be almost same, na? If you take the iPhone 16 Pro Max, or if you take it in the Samsung, what are the latest top end we are having, which is of 1,60,000 mobile, whether it is 1,60,000 in Samsung or 1,60,000 in the Apple, maybe 1 or 2 features will be slightly different. One feature will be up in the Tableau, I mean in the iPhone, one feature will be top in the Samsung. Now every person can purchase only Samsung mobile now. Why Apple? Or every person can purchase only Apple now. Why Samsung? If I ask this question, what is the answer? Their interest. The company person, whoever the company CEO or company manager is there, his interest will be there. He will find something, for example, when compared to Samsung Galaxy, Apple iPhone picturization is comparatively less. Assume Samsung only more picture quality is there. They'll purchase that one. Whoever the person is interested in camera, he will purchase. For example, I'm not interested in camera only. What is the advantage of that one? I'll simply ignore that future also. Though if you say extraordinary, we have spent this one, this is the IMX sensor, Sony IMX sensor, which will give a beautiful featureization, 100x, it will even zoom up to 1 kilometer or so. What I have to do with that? If I am not required, what I have to do that? If you are very interested in photography, then that is going to be the most important point for you. One person will be interested with one types of feature based on his requirement. He is going to select. When I am selecting my mobile phone, when I want to purchase any new mobile phone, I will select in terms of screen. What are the screen is there? The screen I will give the preference, because in my mobile phone, most of the time I will spend on the OTT or in the YouTube. Okay, I will not go with the gaming. So I don't want the what are the processor. Gaming I don't want. Second one is in terms of camera I don't want. I require only two things. One is screen, second one is brand. Because others are in the society, others will estimate every person based on their brand, whatever they are carrying. For the society, I require the brand. For me, I require the screen, because I spend more amount of time on the seeing that one. So my eyes, I'll give the priority for my eyes. These are the two things from my perspective. If you go with my friend's perspective, he will say that, in this mobile phone macro shot, I will take like this, I will take like this, different angles, he will take the photos. Whenever we go outside, he will try to take the picture. To take one picture also, he'll take 5 minutes. I'll be in the same still. Arey, complete ra. I will ask like this. Arey, you want beautiful picture now? Wait. I'll ask general picture. He'll take extraordinary picture. He's more interested. He'll open the mobile in the camera, multiple settings will be there. He'll open that one, this one, he will aspect something he'll do. I have never used that one. Just I have opened the mobile phone and I have clicked on the center button. Ting, photo was completed. For me, in my case. So these are all the differences, person to person. Same way. Here also the same way. Right? So here In that some companies are going to use the Tableau, some companies will use the Power BI, right? Sir, only these two are, or still any other tools are there? Means in the market almost 20 plus data visualization tools are there, but only these two are the top. They are going to contribute 90% of the companies. Remaining 18 tools are there na? Remaining 18 tools are used by the either one company or two companies. But 90%, not 90, 95%. 95% of the companies will use only either Tableau or Power BI for data analysis purpose. 95% of the companies you are going to cover by learning these two tools, right? So coming to the Tableau. So what are the Tableau you are having? So in terms of this is a data visualization tool. What is the advantage of data visualization? Means as everyone knows, we are going to explain the large amount of data in a simple way by showing that. Okay, so visualization allows us to access the huge amount of data in a easy understanding. Okay, now this is one of the importance of data. So what happened is, this is the power of data visualization. Generally we call it as power of data visualization. So when we see here, these are the four different tables where you are having in the table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4. In each of the table, uh, you are having in terms of two columns called as X and Y. Okay, two columns are there called as X and Y. So if for each column you are having the total number of records, around 12 records are there, and this is the total number of values. If you do the total 99, this is the average value, and this is the standard deviation value. If you observe these four tables clearly, all these four of them are having the same total. Same number of records are there now. 11 records are there. 99 divided by 11. Whether what are the inside the numbers, average is 9 only now. Average will not change now. So average was not changed, and at the same time standard deviation and everything also same. And these are the different numbers. Now everyone will think that by seeing this one, X and Y, what is the difference between these two? But when you are seeing with your eyes the numbers, it will be almost same. But when you make them in the plot, you will find the clearly the difference between the table 1 and table 2. When I modify the table 1, this is the table 1 between the X and Y. This is the table number 2, X and Y. You will find the clearly the difference. Before to this, you have not even observed. You have observed in terms of when you are seeing the table with the numbers, normal numbers, you will not find that one. But when you see the same table by using the plots, you will find a huge difference. That is the power of data visualization. All these numbers will be the same for appearance purpose. But clearly if you observe in the fourth table, all the values are having the X, only one X value is 19. So only one value is different. All the values of X is same. X only 8. 8 comma 8 comma 8 comma. When you make a scatter plot, 8 comma 6.58, 8 comma 5.76, 8 comma 8 comma like this if you make, and only one data point is separate. When you observe the table like this, you may not observe, but when you see this one, clearly you can understand that there is one record which is an outlier. So that is the power of data visualization. Okay, and so here we are having the data analytics. What are the visual analytics is there? It is having the multiple applications, information, geospatial, or scientific applications. So different in the various domains we are going to use the in terms of analytics, multiple domains. And for doing the visualization, what is the first step we required is different datas. What are the different data sources are there? Like yesterday one of the student has asked the question, sir, I have received the data from the multiple Excel sheets, in the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, like that. So when you are having the multiple sheets, okay, multiple sheets, X1, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, you are going to combine them, integrate them. Different data sets, you are going to join them, and after joining them, you are going to do the data cleaning. And once the data cleaning was completed, neatly we are going to filter data pre-processing. And what are the data cleaned is there, from that we are going to make the analysis. All these kinds of plots. This is a gauge chart. This is a stacked bar chart. This is a pie chart. This is a stacked horizontal bar chart. Now already you know all these things. First time when I am explaining, you may not know. But now This center part is in terms of data cleaning, a proper data cleaning, data pre-processing and data analyzing. You are going to analyze, applying the questions, and finally you are going to make the plots. This is a combination of step 3 and step 4. This is the step 5, and this is step 1 and step 2. Major it focus on the step 2, where you are going to combine the various types of data. See, different colors are combined into one, integrated into one. Okay. Now, so Tableau architecture. What is a Tableau architecture means? What are the list of data sources you are having? The same architecture is for applicable for the Power BI also. Power BI and Tableau are twin brothers. Almost same by two different companies. Okay. Now, what are the different data sources are there? First, we are going to extract the data. Here, while extracting the data, two things will be there. One is called as extract and second one is called as live. What is meant by extract? Extract means, for example, you are going to select the data. What are the data is there? That particular data will be selected after certain period of time. Some data we are going to have live. For example, I will show you the live example. This live data. Okay. So generally live data, what are the, according to the live data, the scatter plot or the things has to change means, see here I'm typing the Reliance share price. I'm typing the share price. Now when I type the share price, can you see the line plot is moving? It will move. Observe. Wait. If you want, you can wait. So this is at morning 9:15 and the market was open. Every 5 minutes. Yes, every 5 minutes it is moving. So at 9:55 it has moved. Again at 10 o'clock. Observe. Every 1 minute. If they have given for 1 minute means 1 minute it will move. This is the first value. And what is the second value is 9:20. 9:15 is the first value, 9:20 is the second value, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 like this. So, just, so here it is moving up to 3:15, 3:30 p.m. it will move. In front of us only it will move. The line plot is going to change. This is called as live data. It is going to take live market, what are the values there? And for the live market, what are the value? It is modifying the things. Or if I want to show still more, second to minute now, 1 minute. This is the website. So here can you see this line plot? This line plot will move to minute. See, observe. Okay, it will move in terms of. So this is going to collect the live data. What are the live data you are having? It is going to select the live data and it is going to move with the live data. Now in the DMart, assume you are working in the DMart. The manager is there now. He is going to see the sales, total amount of sales per day. Now or per something he is going to observe. Whether he will observe for every transaction. One transaction was completed, 2000 rupees you have paid. Now he see today total transaction. Again one transaction, one person will pay 500. Now what is the total transaction? He will count every 1 minute. No. He is going to check the total turnover in a day. By end of the day, what is the turnover we have made? He is not going to check every 1 minute. How many oil packets we have sent? I mean, we have sold this 1 minute. How much? Again within 1 minute. SRK, how many oil packets? Again after 1 minute. Hi, how many oil packets? He will not ask like this, right? In that case, he will not ask that one. How many oil packets we have sold in this 1 minute or 2 minutes? He will not ask that question. So there it is different. But here it is a different. Points are clear. So that is called as live data and extract. Extract means after certain period of time, we are going to refresh the data. So for example, morning in our database, some transactions will be there. And when we have loaded in the Power BI, either in the Power BI or Tableau, once in the Tableau, what are the data is there? We are going to click on the refresh, means latest data has to be selected after certain period of time. According to the data, dashboard will change accordingly. Automatically the dashboard will change in the Power BI. Is the points are clear? Either in the Power BI or Tableau, both are same, right? Live data means every 1 minute. And you are going to have in terms of the security, the data security will be there. And you are going to give the data, that dashboard will be visible only for the certain people. Now, here Tableau readers are there. What are Tableau readers means? who are having the Tableau with them, only those students, those people can use this dashboard. What are the dashboard I am going to share now? That dashboard can be opened by the only the end users who are having the Tableau with them. Now static readers. Static readers means I'm going to share as a PDF or Word document. It will be static. You can't change that one. Means it is slicers will be there now. You can't select the slicers or you can't click on that one to change another dashboard. Like that you can't modify. That is dynamic. In the static, what happens? You are not going to change. Once the data is locked, means locked, like an image. Okay. And web users or mobile users, this one only. So I'm using as of now web user. In the backend, Tableau is there. Tableau or Power BI, whatever it is. Okay. And it is collecting the live data, and according to the live data, it is making the line plot. Okay. So this is the one. Is the points are clear? This is web or mobile users. Mobile users or web users means any person can use. It is open to every person. It is open to only the Tableau who are having the Tableau with them. Is the points are clear, guys? Everyone? Now, next, this is the Tableau. We are having the Tableau reader. And Tableau reader, what is the difference between the Tableau reader versus remaining things? Means Tableau reader can take the data, but he can't edit that one. Editing is not possible. He can read the data. He can open within the Tableau file and he can see the data, but no editing, like your Google Drive, where there is no edit option, but you can view. You can click on that, you can go back, you can do, but you can't add a new data, you can't delete that one. I have enabled for you only the clicking options. Once you click on this folder, you'll redirect to next folder. Next one. I have given the option only in that way. Is the point is clear? So here we are going to use in that way. Now Tableau public. Tableau public means this is the one which we are going to use. Okay, basically Tableau is a paid version. It is not a free. In this class, how many has completed, how many of you are freshers, that too particularly this year, still studying any degree? Studying or studied? Either last year, either in the year of 2024 passed out or either in the 2025. How many students are there? Raise your hand. Good. So all the students who are completed just in the year of 2024, either in the 2025, for you, Tableau is going to give 1 year student license free of cost for you. Now the students non 2024 or 2025, for you also they will give. Only thing is you have to identify another friend who is the present class. For example, in this class, the students are there now. For them, classmates will be there now. Use their ID and get the license. So now Tableau, here we are having within the Tableau. Yeah. I'll explain how to install also. I'll show you how to do everything. I'll explain. Tableau public. Sorry, Tableau first main one is called as desktop. Tableau desktop. So it is having the full features, complete, all the features are there. Complete, what are the features are there? Everything will be available. All the features are available. Full or all features are enabled. All features are enabled in this. But it is a paid one. Paid. And this paid also, it is almost close to $50 per year. Okay. So now it is a paid one. Now generally this paid version will be used in the companies and the company is going to pay for this. It is the part of the expenditure for the project. Okay, company will pay generally for this. Now for the same, which are all the features are there, this same thing, either paid version or you are going to get the 14 days free trial period. 14 days free trial. In this 14 days, 100%, whether we can learn or not, means in this class, each and every student can completely learn the Tableau within the 14 days. No doubt in that. 14 days is more than sufficient because we required also 2 weeks of Tableau only now. We don't want the initial, as I've told you earlier, how many Tableau course means what will be there? First 3 weeks will be something, again SQL basics, and with respect to what are the various plots, all these things I don't need to explain, right? So main part of the Tableau only we are going to enter. For that main part of Tableau, 14 days of time is sufficient. So every student can completely use this 14 days free trial, 100% they can have. Additional to this, you are having the 1 year free trial period. 1 year free license. 1 year free license will be given only to the students. Okay, you have to submit the ID card. Naresh ID card is invalid. Otherwise, I used to say Naresh ID students now you can submit this one only now. Then why to ask and again separately 2024, 2025? Already we have tried with the Naresh ID, it has rejected. So don't need to use again Naresh ID. Don't waste your time unnecessarily. So your college ID card is important. Either you are ongoing or passed out also. 2024 also not a problem. Okay, just you have to submit your student ID card, you have to upload. And they are going to check that one. You can't create a fabricated one. Don't do any stupid things. Instead of that, ask others. Your friends will be there now. Ask them or some person. Next, where you are having the second one is called as Tableau Public. This we can use. This one also has all the features, but some of the features are disabled. What is the difference between this one versus this one is it is completely free. You don't need to pay 1 rupee also. This is completely free. Public. It is used for the public. Completely free. Okay. And here you are going to, without ID card, you can upload the certificate or anything miss that you have to see in the terms and conditions. Once we enter into the website now, I'll show you. Okay. So Tableau Public is, you are also having the, all the features, sorry, some of the features are disabled. Some features are disabled. All the features will not be enabled. Only some features are disabled. Now you will get a few questions. Sir, first I will take the 14 days free trial. I will uninstall. Again, I will install that one. Again, 14 days you will get now. No. It is going to log the system IP address. If you have to do in that way means once you uninstall the Tableau, using the different mail ID or different name if you try also, it will not accept. It will say that for this system, already Tableau was given for 14 days free trial. Don't try that one also. Already it is completed. The tries are completed. Okay, by using the different mail ID or different phone number or different name. No. If you want to use the 14 days free trial for continuation limits, then you have to format the OS. You have to completely delete the OS, again freshly install the OS, then automatically you have to, then Tableau will accept 14 days free trial. I think in the entire world, no stupid person will automatically delete the OS for every 14 days. Than Tableau $50, 50,000 laptop is more important. So none of the person will do like that. Then automatically hard disk will be affected. Right? So this 14 days free trial, they are going to give. And here you can use this completely free. Free edition with respect to Tableau Public. Now next one we are having is called as Tableau Server. Tableau Server is used within the company. And only those people will able to work. So within the company, a team will be there now. So to communicate within themselves. So they are going to use the Tableau server. Tableau online means which you are seeing here. I told you in the back end of this Tableau is there now. So which is open to the public. They will deploy this one in the website. Web server. They will keep in the web server. For that they are going to use in the Tableau online. Okay. So in these four of them, which is that Tableau desktop is the top one, which is having all the features, but it is a paid version. Now, how to install the Tableau? So just type in the Google Tableau desktop download. Okay, Tableau desktop, Power BI desktop, how we are having Tableau desktop, and click on the download. And here you have to do the sign in. You write your name, your last name, business email ID or your personal email ID, not a problem. Organization, you write any organization. Even if you write Naresh IT also not a problem. Naresh IT, company size, you select anything. Department, you select anything. And job role also you select anything. Okay. And country, phone number, and click on the download free trial. And it will be downloaded. The software will be downloaded and it is going to be for 14 days. It is a 14 days free trial. My today I'm going to show you now. So you start practicing from tomorrow onwards. So additional 1 day will be added for you. So tomorrow you download. If you download today also, download, not a problem. But don't click on the start trial. Once you install the software, there will be an option called as start trial. Don't click on the start trial. Start trial you start from the tomorrow. So that 1 more extra day will be added for you. Okay, today we are going to see the introduction only now. So tomorrow onwards, plots, we are going to add the plots. So while practicing from tomorrow, you are going to add the data, you will practice the plots, all these things will be done tomorrow. So tomorrow you start the click on the free trial. Today you download the data, download the software and download the free trial, and followed by you can install that one. And after installing, so now installation procedure is very simple. Just here you are going to first, after downloading, okay, it will be in your downloads folder now. Double click on that. Once you double click on that, it will ask the terms and conditions. Make a tick mark on the terms and conditions and click on the install, and it will be installed. Simple, one step of installation. Next, finish, nothing. That one also not there. That is also not there here. Just you have to click on the terms and conditions and click on the install. It will be installed. And once install is completed, now once you click on the Tableau desktop, in your case Tableau desktop guys, in my case Tableau public, for me free trial is completed, so I'm using the Tableau public. Sir, means in your company they are not going to use the Tableau. So in my company we have used earlier in terms of Power BI. First one. Second, we have used the Tableau also. When I'm working inside the company, we have used that one. Once we come out of the company, they'll remove all the things. And that too, in my company, whenever we are working on the Tableau, particular paid version, 100% they will provide the laptop. Company's laptop will be there. In the company's laptop only, they will enable the paid version. In our personal laptops, they will not enable the paid versions. You are working on Tableau. In a company, you are working on Tableau means, remember in your mind, 100% you will receive a laptop from the company. Mandate. Okay, 100% you will receive. Unless it is a startup company where there is no budget to give the laptop. Sir, if the company is not able to give the laptop means, what we have to do? First, quit the company. My suggestion is that. Why? Because if they are not having the money to give the laptop only means, they will not have the money to increase in the future also. There will be no growth in that company, basically. Okay. So according to your work, they have to provide the laptop. According to your work, right? So now this one we are having in terms of data, and you are going to connect to the data. So this is Tableau. So here you are going to install the Tableau by clicking on the terms and conditions and click on the install, and once it will be installed. And after installing is completed, you are going to click on the Tableau. In your case, once you click on the Tableau, in the first screen, you will get the start free trial. Once you click on that, trial will be started and everything will be done. Okay. Now, if possible, I will also go with the Tableau desktop only. Maybe instead of my laptop, I will use others' laptop. In the class, any student's laptop I will take, and in that laptop, I may work on the Tableau desktop only. So that my futures and your futures, everything will be the same, so that you will not have any kind of confusion. Okay. There will be no much difference between the Tableau desktop versus Tableau public. Next, coming to the next one is, here you are having the, see, student or teacher get a free 1-year license. Teacher also from a recognized university, not from Naresh IT. Okay. So here you are going to click on this, and here you are going to click on the I am a student and get Tableau for free, and you have to fill the details. Okay. What are the details are there? All these details you have to fill and verify the student status. And they are going to verify, and within 1 day, maximum of 24 to 48 hours, you are going to get a key. One product key will be received to your mail ID. One product key you are going to receive to your mail ID. And once you receive that product key, you have to use that product key in your Tableau desktop. So once your free trial is completed, always it will ask the activate down. Click on the activate, and once you click on the activate, it will ask the product key. So paste the product key, whatever they have given in your mail, select that one and use. It is used for one user only. For example, if you have received the mail and you are having the product ID, you can't give to your friend. That product ID is used by one person, unique person. Okay, is the points are clear now? Like that, you are going to get the free product key to your mail ID once they verify the status. So properly fill the details, and once you fill the details, you are going to get the option. And if you want to install all these things, if you want to install the Tableau public, so you can install the Tableau public download. So you can download the Tableau public instead of Tableau desktop. You can download the Tableau public, and in terms of Tableau public also you can install. In my case, I'm going to share you the what are the Tableau public installation file is there, that I'm going to share you in the Google Drive from my end. You can click on that and you can use for free. It is completely free version, right? Is the points are clear, guys, for everyone? Now, sorry. So within the Tableau, so we have seen in terms of installation. Now, once you load the data, what are the data you are trying to load? Here we are having the different data types. Here we are having the two things. One is called as measures, and one is in terms of, see here, I'm trying to connect to a data. So I'm going to connect to a data like Excel sheet. If you are having the Excel sheet, you can add the Excel sheet. Or if you are having in terms of CSV file, you can add the CSV file. So I'm going to select the Excel file and click on the open. Now, before seeing in the Tableau, what are the file before seeing in the Tableau? First, let me open here the Excel file and let me explain the business problem along with the data set. So here I'm having the distributor. One distributor is there, and he is going to sell the different items, and different items in the different regions like Eastern region, Central region, Western region, through different representatives. There are different representatives are available and different items, and these people are going to sell the different units at different unit price. It is not having any kind of fixed price. It is a chain of products. Assume, example purpose. Okay, where there is no fixed price, you can select any cost. For example, Richard from East region, he has sold the pen set at $5, $4.99 of 62 units. Same Matthew from Central region, he has sold the pen set 42 units at 23.95. Pen set only. What are the pen set? Richard has sold is $5 and Matthew has sold at $23.95. Sir, now this example, in this case, what happened is we are having the different representatives. Assume I am having the representatives like Richard, Nick, Morgan, and Matthew. These are the four persons I am having. Assume for these four persons, I have given the worth of $1,000 worth products, and you can select at whatever the price you want and make the profit from that. Assume I have given for the Richard $1,000 worth products, pen set, binder, pens, some other things. What are the options are there? Every product I have given, which is total worth is $1,000. Now he has sold at $2,000 everything finally. For some of them he has sold at less profit. For some of them he has sold at high profit, and finally he has made a 2,000 from that. Now what is the net profit he has made is $1,000. From $1,000 net profit, I'm going to give for the Richard $300, and I'm going to keep the $700 with me. This is the business operation. Is the point is clear? So like that, they are going to give some worth of money related things, and here we have to analyze which region is having the more demand for my product, which region is having less demand. In that region, which type of product is having the more demand, where we are able to sell the more. So see, Matthew has sold the pen set 23.95 in the Central region, not in the Eastern region. In the Central region, the demand is more, or with respect to cost of living is high or something, and he is able to sell that one. So like that. So this is the business problem, assume, and this is the data, where in this data I'm having the Columns. What are the columns? Means order date, region, representative, item, and units and unit price. In this, some of the numerical columns are there, some of the categorical are there, time column is there. Now, whenever I load in the Tableau, the same data, see, once I have loaded in the Tableau, the Excel sheet, here you have to click on the worksheet. This is sheet 1. Okay. Here you are going to get a sheet. Now, what are the columns you are having here? In the Excel sheet, what are the columns? Order date, all these things are not. See, order date, region, representative, item, units, unit price. So total 6 columns are there. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 6. Sir, here measure names are there, values are there, something is there. No. What? If you observe clearly, they are in the bold, they are in the italic. Whereas representative is in the normal, but this one is in the italic letters. Whichever is considered italic, Tableau will take automatically. Whichever is normal letters, that is what your data set is there, that one. Italic letters will be cited by Tableau automatically. Now, here the Tableau was loaded, and here what are the data we are having. This is by default, it will add the count. Count means total number of records. So if I drag like this, now what is the total number of records? Means 43. So in this data set, I am having total 43 records. See what is the last number? First one is heading now. So if you remove the heading, total 43 records. Just here, what you have to do is drag and drop. Again, while removing, you have to come back like this. If you drag to left side, it will be deleted. If you drag to the right side, it will be added. So just you are going to drag like this. So here, what are the count is there now? What are the count is the total number of records. Is the point is clear? Now, so here we are having the names and values. What is meant by names means which are other than numerical data. In my data set, non-numerical data will be there now, categorical and time series data. That all comes under name. Whichever is numerical data, that comes under measure values. So in your data set, whichever is in the numerical format, that is discrete count along with the continuous. Count variable along with the continuous is called as numerical data. That numerical data will be stored in the values. So here, what are the numerical data columns? What are the numerical data? Units and unit price. So those two you are going to get in the measure values. So these two are the measure values. And these two side, what is the symbol? Hash. So whichever is in the numerical data, that will be represented by hash. Now these three are categorical. Which are categorical, they will be given with the symbol ABC, letter ABC. ABC, categorical data. Automatically, you will select the symbol. And whichever is in the date format, it will give the calendar symbol. It will select automatically the calendar symbol. And non-numerical data comes under measure names. So these 4 columns comes under measure names. These 2 columns comes under measure values. Within the Tableau, automatically it will be selected. So the same thing I have written here. See, first one is ABC, which are in the text categorical data ABC. Which are in the date, calendar symbol. Which are in the date and time, calendar along with the time also will be added. That is clock. Clock also will be added. Calendar symbol along with the clock. Whichever is in the numerical, it will be added hash. And whichever is the boolean values, either true or false only will be there in that column. That will be selected with T by F. Boolean values will be T by F. And geographic values like state name, country name will be cited in the globe symbol. These are the various data types within the Tableau. And the symbols will be cited automatically. Now this is the business problem. Now, first question, think in your mind some question. First, data exploration we have to do. Data exploration, first business problem. I already told you the business problem. What is a business problem is which type of representatives or which region is making. I want the report on that. Analysis, complete analysis report. Now, next data exploration. First, I want to see in the region what are the unique values are there. That is my first requirement. Followed by in the representatives, items, and how many value counts also I require. So for categorical variables, what we require? unique values along with the value counts. See here, I'm going to bring in the Tableau. Okay, what are the items are there? Items I want in the column wise, each one item, one column. So what are the items I am having? Binder, desk, pen, pen set, pencil. These are the 5 categories, 5 unique values. And I want each column along with their, each value along with their count. Count means bring the count into this one. So plot is created. What is this plot is called as? Count plot. So sir, here numbers are not visible now, sir. How many records are there? So I'm going to bring the count into the label. Okay, I'm dragging this count into the label. So can you see here? So how many records are there with respect to binder means 15 records. How many records are desk means 3, 5, pen set, pencil. By default, it is going to take in the alphabetical order. If I want in the, as per the data wise, increasing order or decreasing order, here I am having, can you see the symbol? Ascending order, small bar to big bar. This one is descending order, big bar to small bar. If you click on this, you are going to get the ascending order like this. If you click on this, descending order of the plots. Ascending order or descending order of the plots. Sir, I want horizontal bar. This is FAP. This we call it as FAP. Horizontal to vertical. And this is in terms of ascending order, descending order. I wanted different colors. One item in a different color. Like that, these are possible. Sir, when compared to that one, this one only easy, no sir. Tableau only comparatively more easy, no sir. If you feel Tableau might be easy, whichever you practice more, that will be easy at the end. And when compared to Power BI, Tableau is easier, Power BI is easy, means comparatively Tableau only easy. That is the reason it is highly cost compared to Power BI. More cost. Okay, in that Power BI also we are having the paid version. Within the Tableau also paid version is available. But when compared to Power BI, Tableau is having the more cost. That is the disadvantage of Tableau. Okay, major disadvantage of Tableau is that one. Clear, everyone? Anyone has any questions? This is the introduction to Tableau. So tomorrow we'll discuss one by one each of everything. Okay, once I will show you that first data, I will load the data. I will ask first question. What is the first question? Unique values. First you have to do the data exploration. After doing the data exploration, you are going to apply the analysis. Data cleaning followed by analysis. So same thing we are going to do here. Our major focus will be on the analysis and visualization. Step 4 and step 5. 1 to 3 steps we are going to do with the either with the Python or with respect to SQL. It is a combination. Every project should be a combination. Everything should not be in the single one. If everything is only in the Tableau means you will become the Tableau developer. It should be a combination. So first 2-3 stages you have to use a different tool, and 3-4 you have to use a different tool, and you will become a data analyst. Is the points are clear now? So remaining things we'll continue in the tomorrow's class, guys. If you are having any questions, you can ask. If no questions, you can leave. Yeah, even for Tableau also we are having the certification. For Tableau also we are having the certification. How we are having the certification for the Power BI in the same way. Done. If no questions, you can leave, guys. Thank you. That is the end of the session.